Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, welcome to the Real Honest Radio Podcast. This is your host,
the real honest one and the very tired one, John Ritland, co-hosted by my best friend,
the Dominator. Hello.
We are here with a bunch of AEW and WWE talk. We're not sure how long this is going to go, though I do want to make a couple notes. I just saw It Chapter 2 last night into this morning.
Are you trying to say that you saw It?
I did. It was It Chapter 2, Electric Boogaloo, and actually, I think that kind of breakdancing would have actually helped. No, the movie is actually fine.
You know what it actually is?
What?
Just a little bit of it. A little bit of the bubbly.
By the way, I already hate that meme. I already do. I don't know why. Probably
it got shit posted a lot.
It did. I will say this, though. Jericho, it's a good thing Jericho's leaning into his, budding alcoholism. And I'm sorry, but if he is not drinking a whole bunch of alcohol constantly, I really don't know what to tell you. But It Chapter 2 is pretty good. You can check out that review. It's up on the channel. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments after you checked out that. Also want to make note, we're going to 3 wrestling events next month.
Yes.
We're going to one on the 27th this month. It's going to be Darby Allin's last Pacific Northwest match on the Indies, at least.
Yes.
Until All Elite Wrestling comes back.
And I also got wiggity whack.
Yeah, you got whack on. You're going to be whacking it on.
I got to be whacking off no hoodshed.
That's the same day as Clash of Champions, so I'll be doing that review solo. But our predictions will be up next Tuesday, actually. Well, that's already coming up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to touch on some stuff that they're going to talk about with Clash of Champions here, but or at least a couple matches they created. But also, the 3 shows we're going to NXT is returning for the first time in 2 years, just over 2 years, to the Paramount Theater.
Yep.
So we're going to be going to that.
It's been a while. That's where I went to my first NXT show.
Yeah, and that was my second one.
My first exposure to No Way Jose. And our last.
Yeah, poor No Way Jose.
Can I get a booking? Can I get some match tonight, Vince? No way, Jose. No way, Jose.
Vince would do that, by the way.
Yeah.
He would do that. So, with that, though, we're not sure who we're going to see. Hopefully some good.
Maybe if you tackle him in 11 years, you too can get a title shot.
Oh, God. So, that, we're also going to Defy the next night. And then we're going to Without a Cause's anniversary show, the 27th of October.
Yep.
Which is the year anniversary of their show, I believe.
Yes, 1 year.
Yeah. Which we will be, we're going to be going to that.
A much bigger venue, and hopefully they'll be able to sit a lot more people.
Hopefully, and they're gonna sell that out, no doubt.
I hope so.
But honestly, with the Indies guys, once again, we were going to say this pretty much with every show. Pitfall Jones. We are going to say support your local indie wrestling.
Yes.
Because you never know, with WWE, some of the bullshit decisions they're making, they might, take a downturn in business, and then you might have other indie promotions pop up.
Right? Yeah, go out, support your independent scene, because, you never know when you'll meet the next person you get signed to NXT.
And you never know who you're going to meet at
or to AEW.
Yeah, I never thought that I would have been able to meet guys like Christopher Daniels, Ultimate Dragon, Matt Cross, others like that. Or you like me in Mustache Mountain last year.
Yes.
I got to meet him too, but...
But seeing Shane Strickland,
Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
He really, really happy for his success. So we'll see what we see on NXT. Maybe Kushida. Who the fuck knows? That'd be cool. So let's start with some AEW talk, though.
Yes.
So let's talk about the AEW title going missing.
Yeah, that was an interesting situation. Somebody stole his luggage, and then thought it was useless, so they threw it into the road. Guy picks it up, tries to put it on the Craigslist Lost and Found, finds out that it was stolen, so he returned it to the police. Police posed with it when AEW thought, their immediate reaction was, no, let's lean into this. Let's make a storyline out of this.
Yeah.
But then the Tallahassee PD kind of ruined that for them.
They did.
That's all right, though. They got the title back. That's what's important. Maybe put in a GPS tracker in it because it's only worth more than I make in a year.
It's apparently worth $100,000.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
So more than I make in a year.
Yeah.
No, more than I make in... After tax, more than I'm making about 2 years.
I was gonna say maybe your and mine's combined income would not equal $100,000 in a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I thought that was pretty entertaining. So really, we're just gonna lump this AEW talk into like one thing, so you can
one
always
big bucket, so you can say fuck it. I'm not gonna listen to WWE part.
So we're basically gonna do that. We're gonna we put the timestamps there. By the way, thank you to Valena, WWE, and a few others that suggested that. It's a good idea. So, and this is gonna be interesting though. Before we get into more AEW stuff, in a month it's gonna be weird to see how we're gonna schedule this stuff. This podcast when SmackDown's on Fridays. So we'll figure out a day to just talk about stuff and whatever. But
when do they go on Fridays?
Beginning of October.
Beginning of October.
It's
gonna be weird with that NXT show, isn't it?
It is. But you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll just.
It's kind of weird timing.
Yeah, but we're just gonna have to.
we always just review it in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You might have to review it in the morning. You could DVR because I'm gonna be working then. You would have to because I'm gonna be working that morning.
Yeah, that's true.
So you could do it. Yeah, we may just end up skipping that review. Who knows? It depends how good the show is.
Yeah.
Because it could end up being ass. So moving on from that though.
AEW. Let's begin.
Yes, let's talk about AEW's tag division. Their tag division is goddamn loaded.
Yes.
Their tag division
in a good way.
Definitely. You have Angelico and Jack Evans. They're a good team.
Yeah.
You have
LAX.
You have LAX. You have the Dark Order. They are not a good team.
No.
That's not to do. You have.
They've got the Party of Privates.
Yeah. You have the Best Friends. One of those guys is good. The other one is Chuck Taylor, who is not bad, but he's just not great. You have SCU.
Got that blew up like an invisible hand grenade.
Yeah, that was a pretty embarrassing spot. I fucking hated that. You do have the Bucks. Of course, you have the Bucks.
Yeah.
I think the Rhodes Brothers will still team up here and there. You have the Lucha Bros, of course.
Please keep the Rhodes limited.
Oh, definitely keep the Rhodes limited. You got Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Yes.
Easily the most over tag team that they have, I would say.
Yeah.
And
although Private Party,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just nothing against any other teams. I'm just saying it's like they're probably the most over. I would say we're gonna possibly get Shawn Spears and another heel teaming up, but I'm not really sure. Like right now, we got some pretty good shit here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say their tag division, it beats WWE, it beats New Japan's. And I love New Japan. They have some talented teams. Same with WWE. Vince doesn't give a shit about tag team wrestling.
They really, when I think of tag teams, all I can think about is Tama Tonga and Camacho.
Which Tangaloa, he has had to try so hard to get away from that gimmick.
Oh no, I just had to fuck around with that.
Oh no, I don't fucking care. It's really, really cool. It's really funny and all that.
Camacho.
Yeah, I mean, just how he got past that, but good for him. But one thing, so I mean, clearly their tag division's loaded.
Yeah.
And they have a working relationship with AAA.
Yep.
Which I think is going to lead to a possible trios thing, because that's what New Japan has. They have their never openweight 6-man tag team titles that they defend between there and CMLL, because they have a working relationship with them. With AAA, you have some pretty good trios. You could use the Strong Hearts. Shima's there, and you could bring in others, and you could have some good matches there.
Mm-hmm.
You could have Angelico, Jack Evans, and maybe one other person. Somebody like that.
Just throw Marco Stunt in a green morph suit.
Throw him out of the ring to never be seen in a wrestling ring again.
It wouldn't take that much effort.
It really wouldn't. No, that's another thing. Is like you just get. I mean, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and literally almost anyone else on the roster would make for a great, trio.
Yeah.
I would be happy with that. SCU could clearly be trios champions. The best, you know what? No, don't give the Best Friends and that idiot a run with the title. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is the calmest I will be about, the Pocket Dimension guy, which we should throw him in a Pocket Dimension so he's not seen again.
Orange Cassidy?
I don't care if it's his gimmick. I hate it, and I'm going to stick with that.
I know you will.
Right. I mean,
You never let anything go.
I would be capable of it.
No.
But I
don't believe you.
I'm too stubborn to give up on that. But no, it's like they could have, even if they just have a few teams and then they bring in people from AAA, I think it could work.
Yeah, no, the tag team division in AEW could be something stellar, and it was one of their main promises is that they were going to have a true blue tag team division.
And by God, do they.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you just threw together 2 random wrestlers.
And then had them face off against 2 other random wrestlers.
For the titles.
While the 2 tag team champions are going to be competing in a match later. It's such good shit, Chris.
It's such good shit.
I got one. Pentagon, Phoenix, and Laredo Kid. Remember how they, had a...
Yeah.
That. And of course they would have Omega and the Bucks as like
that,
the
or if they managed to poach Dragon Lee off of New Japan.
No, CMLO.
Oh, he's in CMLO?
Yes. They have a working relationship, so he like does that stuff. But no, they could have Omega and the Bucks as like the super friends. No, the super team.
They could get the former Sin Cara if they wanted somebody to balance out all that talent.
God, it was so funny that we saw him.
We couldn't stop being disappointed, and I don't remember what he's going by now.
Caristico,
I
think it's something like that.
Crisco. Because I don't know if he like greased himself up before the match, but during the New Japan show, yeah, he couldn't keep his balance. But anyway, AEW.
He couldn't. Kip Sabian, I think, could be somebody you could team him with.
Sammy
Guevara, and I don't know, like one guy. Throw up Brandon Cutler here.
Yeah.
Because Brandon Cutler, I mean, I don't think he's part of the. I don't think he's doing anything.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Or maybe Wartler, whoever the fuck that guy is.
I mean, well, in what they could always do, they could always have Jimmy Havoc. They could always have Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela there, so you could have 2 talented guys and Joey Janela there as part of it. By the way, when you tag me in that whole thing, the Defy show we're going to, it's going to be Shaft versus Joey Janela. So good, at least 1 talented guy is there in the ring. Joey Janela has his purpose. It's just not a purpose that I care for.
I know.
I don't want the guy to get hurt. That's the one thing I felt bad about. No, I felt bad about him when he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's going to break his face doing that moonsault into,
he's going to get over
into a hospital bed with the way he keeps taking those bumps. I mean...
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, fuck, remember that he did that moonsault to, like, nothing? It was like Tom Zenk on, like, the November 1990 Clash of Champions, which...
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you weren't born yet. Thanks, Chris.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you didn't have to because I knew what the fuck you were saying. But I really think, honestly, like if you take a look at like the triple, I mean,
you think honestly on a show called Real Honesty?
No, never. Why would you say that? No. They could do a lot with their people here. They really could. Private Party, and I mean, I don't know who you could team Private Party with, but. If they weren't in the tag run, you could have Private Party and Sunny Kiss.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, and if
I think the 3 of them would jive well.
I think they would. Not gonna make a Private Party joke out of that. So, moving on from that.
Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, I think the jokes are already there for the viewers, but I got one. If they wanted to have women included, put Awesome Kong with Private Party or something like that. Private Party and Nyla Rose.
Private Party and their chauffeur. Mom, I want to go to the party.
Oh, God.
Fine, but I'm coming with you.
Oh, God. But one thing they could also do, and I mean, let's just talk about the women's division. Because let's take a look at like how good their women's division is here.
Get Brandy Rhodes out of the ring.
Please, for the
love of all that is holy. Please do not let her fight in the ring again.
Yeah, they really should do that. So, I mean, I will say that she was better in the Battle Royal, but to be fair, she was around a whole bunch of other women.
Right.
They could mask that stuff. Now, not saying to somebody...
I would never count on her to carry a match.
Oh, come on, Chris. She had that match with
Let
Allie.
alone in the ring.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's really fair there. With the women's division, they should not establish a women's tag team division unless they are going to work with like AAA or maybe Stardom, stuff like that, and have
I think the smarter idea for them would be to have a women's mid-card title.
Yeah, or that. And bring in women from Stardom. Maybe not be Priestley, women that will actually, sell offense, like in the Battle Royal.
Apparently, B and Sadie had, like, some kind of real-life heat with each other for a while.
I kind of gathered that from what happened. Because I watched that match again. I watched it because it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's on the official Bleacher Report Live.
Hello, Bubble Wrap. I forgot you were there.
Yeah, I was wondering what the fuck. But Bleacher Report Live put it up on their YouTube channel. I was watching it again. I go, well, that's fucking bullshit. Like,
yeah, because first we thought it was a botch, but
apparently it was on B more than it was on Sadie. Which I don't know if that's the case, but let's go through the women's. Like, let's go since since we're going through these topics a whole lot more. But
Allie.
I like Allie. Now, is Allie great? No. But can she improve? She's a good character, gimmick. She's decent in the ring. She's not great.
Okay.
But I think with the right push and stuff like that, she could work pretty well. Maybe not as the top person. Maybe she can't be on top, but she can be in the middle.
Healthy mid-carder.
Yeah, she can be on top or in the middle. I don't know, whatever she prefers.
Power bottom.
Possible.
All right.
She was that. Awesome Kong, honestly, just brought in for star power, is not full-time. Right. Not going to be around a ton, which is good. It's smart.
Yeah.
She's doing that stuff with Glow. And, which apparently is really good. I have not seen Glow, so I don't know how good it is.
But, it's good to have her around.
Oh, yeah.
We talked to some about B. Priestley already.
Yeah, B. If she can keep her ego in check, which apparently she has, I don't know, just a rumor.
You could see who she's, with.
Yeah, Ospreay has never had an ego about himself.
Never. No wrestler has an ego about themselves.
He is also not going to have much of a neck by the time he's 30.
Well, at least his ego will keep his head afloat.
But, it's like, when we were at the Super J Cup, it's like, Will, I need to watch my neck. Also, Will, Oscar on the apron. But yeah, Brandy.
Already talked about her. She should not be in the ring.
No, Britt Baker.
Be your top card.
Yeah. I will say this much about Brandy. If you want to have a special attraction tag match where she gets her ass kicked at some point after building something up, that's fine. But as far as the singles, I agree. Britt Baker, fantastic. I think she's really, really good. Hikaru Shida.
Yes.
Yes, more of her, please.
Yes.
Not just in that way. But
Leva Bates.
I think Leva Bates is good, but I think the librarian gimmick is like so... It's not even one note. It's like half a note. The book thing, I didn't mind.
It's a rest.
Yeah.
I
didn't mind the book thing that they did. Now, I could rail against WWE doing that, but they did that stuff with Kofi with the Rumble and with Naomi doing the stuff with the chair and walking on her hands.
And those spots are always, like, good one-off situations, not something that everyone has to do.
Yeah, I didn't think that there was anything wrong with that. It's like Leva Bates is never going to be top of the card.
No, but I think she'll be lower mid-card.
Yeah, and
that's okay.
She looks like she could beat Peter Avalon's ass. Easily, but... Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose is somebody they should push.
Yes.
Now, don't push her just... And I say this, and you guys can gut me in the comments if you want, because...
Don't make a big deal about the fact that she's trans.
That's exactly it. Make it based on her ability.
Yes.
If she's... And, yeah, you want to push the fact that she is, okay. But don't make that the sole reason.
Leave that for promotional stuff.
Yes.
Like, want to show support for LGBT, and you have her go to charity events and things like that, or ask her if she wants to go to these charity events.
God. All that talk about the gay community.
Philanthropy is the new form of marketing, as we all know.
I want to say I was shocked that Stephanie said that years ago. That would be a lie.
I want to say that, but then I'd be doing a lie, and this show is called Real Honesty.
Yeah, But Nyla, in all honesty, she could be the first. It's her and Riho. Now, if they want to make Riho the champion and have Nyla chase, I still don't know if that works.
Nyla needs to be established as a big monster, so I would have someone interfere in the match.
Yeah. If you're going to have Nyla lose.
Yeah.
I think Nyla's probably going to win, and I think that'd be the right call. If it doesn't work after a few months, Give a towel, have her drop towel somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to try something, though. Especially with a new company with so many names that the vast majority of people are not familiar with. Try something. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
People would say, oh, well, you railed against WWE for doing that with Jinder Mahal. That's because Jinder Mahal wasn't any good, and we had seen...
Try to pin somebody during a promo segment.
You know, for fuck's sake.
How about Penelope Ford?
I think she can do pretty well. Nice way to, word that there.
Penelope?
I'm just laughing at the word penal.
I know you are.
It's so unlike me. I'm so mature. No one has ever said that.
What does Ford end with? See? See how easy this is?
Actually, they can't see. They can only hear how easy it is.
Can you hear how easy this is?
Can you hear how easy the D is?
What?
That's how that works, right? So Penelope, I was impressed with some stuff she did all the way back at All In.
Mm-hmm.
In that match with Hangman Page and Joey Janela.
Yeah.
I think Penelope Ford can be really good, really solid. If they want to push her as a heel, I think she'd play a really good bitch. Sadie Gibbs. I'm impressed with Sadie Gibbs. I like that vignette, that video package they did. Her on there, cool. I don't know if Aja Kong's necessarily like part of the roster full time, but they want to use her, cool.
One that's not listed on the website right now, Mercedes.
Mercedes Martinez is fucking terrific.
Yes.
Mercedes.
I can't wait to see what they do with her.
She is goddamn wonderful.
Like if you wanted someone to take the title from Nyla, Mercedes.
Oh yeah. Oh no, she could easily do it. I would be all for that. I think that Mercedes could be perfect for that. They have a good women's division. It's loaded with people that some have heard of. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to establish these names. And that's the problem is they've set some of the foundation. They've had enough time between their pay-per-views and TV, but they've had almost too much time. Now they're going to have to really deliver. The more time that goes between them, not having TV and these pay-per-views, the more the hype's going to get out of control.
Next month it's...
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying with some of the stuff, it's now the hype is like through the goddamn roof, and they really have to deliver, and
they will deliver full gear.
Why are you grunting? And you know what? That's actually something we should talk about, though. Cody versus Jericho, main event for the AEW title at Full Gear.
Colonel, I believe this is a bad idea.
Right in. No, I can't do the snake voice. I get what they're doing. If they want to make it like wins and losses matter.
Yeah.
Cody has had that draw with Darby, but he won the match against Dustin. He won the match against Shawn Spears. He shouldn't have won the match against Shawn Spears. But we'll see what happens with Shawn Spears after this. Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with Cody and Jericho being in the top in the main event scene right now. I mean, Jericho obviously because he's champion, but Cody needs to keep a backseat to it because perception is everything. And when you are the executive vice president of a company and you're putting yourself in championship matches, it does not look good.
No one has ever done that in wrestling.
It takes some convincing, but
I see the subtlety there.
Yeah.
As subtle as a claw hammer to the head.
Well, I mean, when it comes to subtlety, I am the McMahon.
That's true. I got one.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't turn into his dad, booking himself into a whole bunch of title feuds that he shouldn't have been in, then okay. Because Dusty booked Crockett Promotions for a while and he got a lot of business, but also he booked himself into a lot of questionable things. Like him being U.S. champion and then feuding with Barry Windham. Granted, he put over Barry at Great American Bash 88, and then Dusty was still... He tried to turn the Road Warriors heel a few months afterwards. You know how well that worked?
The Road Warriors?
They tried to turn the Road Warriors heel.
All right.
You know how well that worked?
About as well as one would expect.
They had to turn him babyface about 3 months later. So, this is something that could work. It will work. Here's how it can work. And I totally agree with everything you're saying. If MJF turns heel and costs him the match.
MJF is heel.
Yeah, but he's Cody's best friend.
But if he turns against a heel, doesn't that make him a face?
Right. What?
Huh?
Right. Wait, Cody's a heel or MJF's a heel?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Heels. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think, Cody will be the overwhelming babyface.
I guess Cody's more of a tweener, but...
A tweaker.
Hope not.
Yeah. I don't know. I started to worry with him a little bit with how, dead-eyed he looked sometimes. But with this match, will it be the main event? It should be. I think the world title should always be the main event of your pay-per-view. Or a championship match. It's like when the women main event at WrestleMania.
Yes.
There was no other choice for that. Though, unless it's like the Royal Rumble.
Remember when we thought that would never happen?
I mean, of course, there were some spots where everybody was shooting. Then Ronda instantly.
It's right up there with Kofi Kingston
being WWE champion.
Yeah, we never thought that would happen either because my first thought was, he's black. Vince will never push. Anyway, we'll get into that later with WWE stuff.
We will get into that, but it's like, unless it's a special attraction match like the Royal Rumble or some WCW stuff where they featured a War Games or something like that, should always be a championship, your main championship to close. Women should, at some point, if you have the women's division established, should close one of the bigger shows. Mm-hmm. They're only going to have 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year. Close it with a championship match, a big angle, and a nice big blow-off.
You know what they need?
What?
A new ring. Maybe something with multiple sides to it other than 4. A septagon. 7-sided.
Don't they? Is that what that is? 7-sided? Isn't there a promotion up in Bellingham that's a 5-sided ring?
Yeah, I wonder where they got that idea.
Satanic cults?
No, doesn't Impact's got a 6-sided?
6. They used to have a 6-sided. Now they have just 4.
Alright, we have a pentagon for a ring. Now, if only we can book that one. What do you mean he signed with AEW?
Fuck! We should have thought this through. So, I think
Is there an octagon?
Now let's go with some of the negatives about AEW. And then we'll get to WWE.
Yeah.
Get Stunt out of the ring, for the love of God.
Stop signing your buddies.
Yes. That's they need...
They aren't always, but even if it's not your intent, because, you're buddies with the best wrestlers in the world, of course you're going to be signing them. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind the perception of your company. Yeah. Your intent matters little. Perception is reality for a lot of people. So if they see you hiring your friends, they're just going to see it as a company rife with nepotism. Owned by a guy who gets most of his money from his dad.
Yeah, I mean, and, it's
and we've all seen that, what happens with that, Dixie.
Or Vince.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even though he had to pay equal installments to his dad to, buy the company, but still.
Yeah.
He may have earned some of his wealth, but still. There can be some good stuff out of it, but or hiring people that are just your friends is I'm sorry, but there is no place for some of the people they have on their roster. At least in AEW. And that's my opinion. I mean,
people like Orange Cassidy and Joey Janela are fine on the mid-card. You need some wacky characters.
You can't... I guess you can't build a promotion around work rate. It's just...
No.
Or just work rate.
Yeah, character work is what is needed. And, for instance, I think that's why Keeney isn't in the title scene.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair... And people can gut me in the comments. When he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion, it was a flop. Oh, when he won the title, it was great.
It's the problem with work rate is if you don't have the character work to back it up, people don't stay invested. Work rate can bring people in. That's why I love 205 Live. But also I love 205 Live because all of them have unique characters. None of them feel the same as the other.
Yeah.
AEW needs to emulate that same kind of ideology of they need to be characters. They need to be more than just their moves. Unless you're someone like Shima, who's, I don't know how well he speaks English, so I wouldn't be able to figure out what kind of character he could play.
Yeah, I'm not really...
Silent aggressive, maybe? Maybe get a Kai and Tai thing where you got one guy who does all the talking.
That was Shane McMahon voicing them. No, that was Shane McMahon doing the dub work.
Neat.
Yeah. So...
What else was it that Shane McMahon came up with? He came up with a name for a team.
Mean Street Posse.
No, not Mean Street Posse. It was a different one.
I don't remember.
I'll get back to it later.
But AEW's got some good shit that they got going on.
Yeah.
But they got some... I there are many things I will give a chance for in AEW, and there are certain things where, like, you lost me already, guys. So I think their tag division's loaded. Mm-hmm. Their main event scene's going to need some work.
Yeah. But that's easy to fix. You just got to book it right.
Their women's division, I think, can be very, very solid. There are 3 people I would not... If I were a multi-billionaire, there are 3 people. If I was like, can you hire these 3 guys? Oh. Fuck that.
You got to look at it also from the perspective of what direction wrestling fans are going. If they're going to AEW, it is because they are usually, disaffected by WWE. They don't really care about WWE. Following a lot of the guys that they've seen on the indie scene. I'm interested to see how some of the characters translate from the indie scene to TV. Orange Cassidy might be a good weekly laugh of the day. I mean, not for you because you don't enjoy things.
I enjoy things. I just want things to be entertaining.
Sorry, you don't enjoy funny things?
I enjoy funny things. I watch MST3K. That may be an old show, but at least that's funny to me.
It's not as funny as it was back in my day.
Actually, yeah, the Netflix. If anybody's seen the Netflix version, they try, but... No, look, Orange Cassidy has his fans. That's fine. I'd just rather put my head through a mirror.
I'd rather give people a chance.
I did, and when I saw that stuff in the Battle Royal, I said, no. This is the guy we're talking about? No. Bullshit. Poor Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer has put himself through worse shit than Orange Cassidy's comedy spot that he does.
Oh, no.
Where the crowd sells it, but the announcer's like, okay, I guess he's destroying him with kicks or something.
I mean, it's just...
And it's obviously doing nothing, which is better than what someone else would do with that gimmick, where they would have someone sell those kicks. It's quite obvious Orange Cassidy isn't putting in the effort. Like, he's putting Randy Orton levels of effort into the beginning of a match.
I actually love it. I think you pointed out, and there were other people that pointed out on Twitter. Well, you pointed out face to face, but you don't like? Well, Randy Orton doesn't give much of an effort. I go, no, but I've called him out on that plenty of times.
Well, we can also say that Randy Orton is extraordinarily talented when he gives a fuck.
Orange Cassidy could be, but I'm sorry if you're gonna.
I just recommend that you give people more than first impression chances.
Yeah, but he's had 2 chances to impress me. He's like,
you already made your decision on your first impression though.
Because I don't like it.
I know.
But there are people. But anybody that thinks that he's talented, okay, you guys are cool. I got nothing against you guys.
Yeah.
But let's touch on one other thing with AEW: the announcing.
Please, JR.
Please, JR.
I love you, man. I do. You're one of the greatest commentators of all time.
Yeah.
But
no. Stop it.
If I have to revisit that ramp spot again, I will lose my goddamn mind.
It's not even that. It's just use him once again. Use him like for Cody and Shawn.
Yeah,
that was fine.
Have Cody him focus on wrestling matches that he can enjoy. Cycle him out with.
Don't have him
Golden Boy.
Yeah, don't have him call.
Yeah,
the women's matches. They didn't give a fucking shit about women's wrestling.
Or no, cycle him in with Shivani. Who will be handling the TV commentary, I believe.
Yeah, or at least some of it.
Him and Excalibur will make a great team.
Excalibur is somebody, and I don't care that he wears a mask. I can't imagine it's too comfortable for him to do it while doing commentary, but whatever.
If you're used to it, you're used to it.
That's true. He's great. I think Golden Boy's great. I think they could do some really, really good stuff. It's just...
Yeah.
They need to... Don't have Alex Marvez on commentary, unless he gets better, and he could.
And I know we rail on commentary a lot, but... It can take you out of a show when you're sitting there and you're listening to one commentator or another either trying to do a storyline
and failing, or
trying to call a spot and not realizing that they messed up on the call and keep trying to correct themselves.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So
that's geared to both WWE and to AEW.
New Japan's about the only English commentary I can actually really deal with when Gino Gambino's not there. I mean, he's okay, but Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, Chris Charlton are great. So,
what else WWE, we got on AEW?
That's it for AEW.
Okay.
WWE stuff here. So, Ric Flair is trying to trademark the man. So let's go with that first.
To be the man. As we were discussing before the show, I get it. He's got some money from the rap stuff that he gets involved in. He's gotten some money from, I'm guessing, royalties. But with how popular and how well-selling the man gimmick is, I'm pretty sure, and from judging from an interview that he had, he wants to have money to leave behind when he dies. Because, let's face it, it's not going to be long before we see the in memory of Ric Flair, and not just because of the abuse he's put him in, but he's old.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, he's like, 70? I think he's 70, 71. I think he's 70. He's like,
he's lived longer than anyone could have expected.
Especially with his lifestyle. Yeah, he wants to leave
his former lifestyle.
He wants to leave money to his wife. Okay. Which one of his wives? Oh, yeah, the fifth one he's been married to.
Yeah, now you can guess where all of the other money has gone.
Now, Ric Flair lived his gimmick.
Yes.
And still does. I'm in agreement with you. I don't mind him wanting to leave money to his wife. I get that he wants to trademark the stuff. I get that.
He tried to settle things amicably with WWE. WWE refused to even communicate with him on it. And so he's just taking the next reasonable step he can think of to get, the money that he feels he deserves.
Yeah, and by the way, sorry if my voice is a little shot, but it's like I was at a concert the night before, or a couple nights ago.
I don't give a damn about your bad reputation.
That was a great... Joan Jett is about 70 and still killing it. And she was great. Hart was great. Elle King was a great opener. So yeah, sorry if I'm clearing my throat and my voice is a little shot. But anyway, I agree with what you're saying. But here's the problem. Ric Flair is as much to blame for his money troubles as anything else. Now...
Joan Jett is actually 60.
He's only 60?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Thought she was older than that. Still. Lead singer, the Hart's they gotta be close to 70. So, anyway, with Ric Flair, though, he has... This is going to backfire. Somewhat. Here's how it could backfire. You have a guy that, he's trading, he wants to trademark it. Okay, he wants to do this. You know where he got the Nature Boy name from?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Rogers.
Yeah. That was with permission.
I know. I'm not debating that. But
I don't know if he's tried to trademark that though.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
because there have been plenty of wrestlers who've gone by Nature Boy.
Buddy Landell. There were a few boys, or a few others.
Yeah. So.
But my whole point of it is, I get what he's trying to do, but at the same time, maybe if he had been a little bit goddamn smarter with his money the last 40 fucking years, he wouldn't be in this mess.
2020.
Can he even see clearly at this point?
Well, he can't change the past.
I know,
but he can change the future.
And that's true. And I get what you're saying. It's just, I don't.
He'll be the first to admit he's made a shit ton of mistakes.
Once again, I'm not. Ric Flair is one of the greatest of all time.
Yes,
he truly is.
He had the best retirement match that was not a retirement match.
Yeah, then he went on the Hulk Hogan Australian tour, Chris, and then he went to TNA, and he faced Mick Foley in a match in 2011. Wait, the 2010, 2011. I was one, two. I think it was 2010. Yeah, that's what happened. That was fun. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, now the flip side, though. Will this affect Becky's run and or Charlotte's standing with WWE? Charlotte is her own person. I'm not trying to say she's attached to with her father at the hip. But you have to think there could be some blowback on this.
Yeah.
Could there be some blowback on Becky? No, I think if anything... I think the whole thing of the man is starting to run its course anyway.
Yeah. WWE may just opt to retire that.
Which is fair.
And not give Ric Flair anything.
Yeah, I mean, could it affect Charlotte, though? That's the real question.
Perhaps. But I don't think it's going to. Charlotte stands so much on her own without her old man's name.
Yeah.
Like, if she was just a random person with the talent that she has, she'd probably still be in the same position she's in now.
True. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree there. Hey, her and Andrade seem happy together, so, I mean, good for them.
Apparently.
Yeah, judging by those Instagram posts, which I was like, those have to be...
Andrade! You dirty man.
That has to be somewhat intentional.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot of
Andrade not seeing anything ominous.
Thanks for that, Chris.
You're welcome.
Why'd you do that? You just had to, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think if Ric Flair wants to do it, hopefully him and WWE can settle things. It's just... This would be the first time WWE was petty about money.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that thing with Liv Morgan?
What,
on Twitter?
Her cutting her hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, she said she was going to come back and she's going to be real. Do you think she should come back with her actual name, which is the most wrestling name in existence?
What is it? What?
Gianna Daddio.
That is her actual name?
That is her actual name.
That needs to be her name.
Why did they go with Liv Morgan and not fucking Daddio? Because, let me tell you, the Gen Zers of Twitter would totally love to call someone Daddy. Oh.
I don't get that.
Me neither.
I don't get it, and I'm not knocking...
It's when kinks go mainstream.
It's...
But Gianna Daddio is a great name.
It is.
It is a fantastic wrestling name.
It really is. I want to say this, though. Any of you guys listening, any girls listening that want to do that stuff, you go ahead. I just don't get it. And I don't get what you kids say these days.
His vernacular, his colloquialisms are not lit AF, fam.
Right. What?
What?
You kids get the fuck off my lawn. But anyway, so I think the whole thing with Ric Flair, we'll see what happens with that. So, let's go to a couple things on SmackDown.
Sure.
Now, one, great job on the solo review by the Derb because I was at a concert the following day. Hey, got more views than the dual one that we did.
Oh.
The couple weeks before. So, Bayley's heel turn.
Yes.
What is next?
Because
I got an idea.
I'd probably say after Bayley loses her title because Charlotte
would probably win it. Yeah, that's probably going to happen.
They go after the tag titles again and then dominate every brand now that they're all on TV.
Yeah, they dominate all those women.
Exactly.
Dominate and pound them into the mat.
Yes.
I'm not talking about tag team wrestling anymore.
Hell no.
So, but I think this will no doubt lead to them probably having a match at Mania.
Yeah.
Which I think is where it should go.
Right.
I was wondering how long you were going to do that. But...
Not long enough.
Yeah. I know how that is. So...
I'm sorry.
But I think that's where it's going to lead. I think it's going to lead to a match of Mania.
Okay.
I think it's...
A 4 horsewomen fatal 4-way?
It could lead to that. I mean, you could include the other 4 horsewomen, or the other 2 horsewomen, and those 2 slug trails. That are Duke and Shafir are fucking rotten, and they should give up. So moving on, Baszler, and if Ronda can stop almost losing a goddamn finger,
yeah, or finish up her impregnation vacation. Which, okay, admittedly, that's some great wordplay.
That is some good wordplay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of bad, though, because she would deny that her husband shot his shot anyway.
Yeah.
But with Bayley's heel turn, I think it'll lead to a program with Sasha and Mania. They will likely win the tag titles. You could have it where Bayley's a SmackDown champion, Sasha's a Raw Women's champion, they win the tag titles, and they just go like what Austin and Triple H did with the 2-man power trip. WWE Intercontinental tag titles, even if it doesn't last that long, it would be a nice power trip thing and a short-lived storyline. But then you could eventually get it to where, hey,
Bayley?
God damn it. They could get to where they build that program to Mania. And do it right. Don't, fail it.
Yeah.
Like you did the last 2 times.
Bayley's all about loyalty, but we know Sasha. She literally has a move that's called the backstabber.
Well, yeah, Carlito actually had that too. Yeah.
And
of course,
did he stab people in the back?
I mean, his father actually told people to do that.
Right.
So, Poor Carlito. He never did any of that. And then they did a storyline when Carlito first came in that he got injured and he had a bodyguard named Jesus that apparently stabbed John Cena in a nightclub. Yeah.
Meanwhile.
Right. Who turns face compensate, though? Do you think they turn Charlotte pseudo-face? Because it's going to be in Charlotte. Clash of Champions is going to be in Charlotte.
Wow. I didn't realize she was that roomy.
I mean, with those pictures with Andrade, you kind of have to wonder. Moving on.
She's the sombering with the wrong person. Anyway.
Okay, speaking of good wordplay.
But yeah, Charlotte maybe being more of a tweener where she's still allowed to cut heelish promos, but...
And actually cut promos where she doesn't sound confused.
I
don't need you. Charlotte is really good when she is able to get in her element with promos, but sometimes it's just like, oh god, this is crazy.
Speaking of promos, the recent news of Sasha and Bayley not being scripted...
It's good news.
Yes, it also helps me understand a little bit more why Bayley was a bit more stilted than usual on her promos, but I think it's because she's just trying to cover the bullet points that she's given.
And also the fact that they've been scripted her so goddamn horribly for so long, she's like, wait, I can say shit? Shit! What the hell am I gonna say?
I haven't been able to talk to my husband without having a script. Or are they still just fiancé? Or are they still just engaged?
I honestly don't know. But I mean, good for them regard. We actually got to see him at the show.
Couple times.
Couple times?
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got to see him once. Here's an idea though. Now that you have Bayley as heel and you have Sasha as a heel, and you got this likely feud that's gonna happen with, I think what you're gonna get is you're gonna get Bayley and Sasha and Charlotte and Becky in a women's tag Hell in a Cell match. They're doing that at MSG.
Or alternatively,
okay,
Becky and Ember.
Yeah, Michael Hayes would put a black woman in the cage.
Ember starts a fire, and Becky is straight fire.
There you go. I still say Hayes would put a black woman in the cage, though. I like the idea, and that's the thing. This can bring up other women. You could use Sarah Logan. Where the fuck is she? Has she been on Main Event? Whoop-de-fucking-do.
She's been on Main Event, or has she been injured?
No, Main Event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Main Event. No offense against anybody that wrestles on Main Event. Because Lacey Evans has, and other people have, too. It's just, nobody watches it. Mm-hmm. I barely fucking remember that it's there. Also use Dana Brooke. I mean, give her a shot. At the very least, she is at least on TV. You have
if you don't have her scripted, I wonder what her promo skills might still not be.
She actually wasn't that bad in some WWE.com exclusive stuff. I mean, she's never going to be an elite talker.
No.
But, by God, she's at least
by God.
Yeah. Don't have JR call any of the women's matches again. They could use more of the women and stuff like that and just utilize them better. And then you could actually do some good shit here and actually utilize all your women. Same with NXT. Have the women's tag titles defend on NXT. Maybe not so much NXT UK because NXT UK is still taped.
Yeah.
Bring an NXT UK tag team over. Two women over. And have them compete on a random Raw, SmackDown, or an NXT taping.
All right.
They are possibly going to... I think Rhea Ripley's going to be coming over to... She's coming over officially to NXT, and I believe, if I'm right, Toni Storm is as well. Because they had Toni Storm lose to Kaylee Ray in a match that wasn't very good, and that wasn't the fault of the performers or the women. It was just because the match was short. It was like under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But they gave Walter and Tyler Bate like 40,000 years. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, but who turns face commentate? I think there's no doubt that Charlotte's at least going to have to be a tweener. Not that Charlotte isn't a really good heel, but with where they're going here, unless you want to end with having the 4 horsewomen as heels, if they want to face the other 4 horsewomen of MMA at, say, Mania, if they go with that route, you're going to have to kind of have the 4 horsewomen of WWE be at least pseudo-faces, because nobody's really going to want to cheer Ronda. Shayna is there, and you're going to have them carry, again, those 2 slug trails that are there with them. That are just happy to be there.
Yeah, and then inevitably you could lead up to maybe Sarah Logan and Gianna Daddio teaming up and going up against them.
There you go.
Or, when Ruby Riott returns.
I hope that's by the Rumble. I hope it is. I really can't wait to have Ruby back. But the women, see what happens. I think Bayley's heel turn could work well.
Yep.
As long as they keep it going in a good way. And justified. So I'm just going to say really quickly, SmackDown had a couple black guys on their program. The first 90 minutes were fine. The King of the Ring matches were good. They were good. Ali, Elias, Gable, and Andrade. Gable being Andrade surprised the fuck out of me.
That match was amazing.
It was very good. It was a very good TV match. It was very
Alistair
well done.
versus Shelton, like I said in the review, the brief moments that match went on.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. I didn't laugh at that line that you talked about in Alistair's I totally laughed at that line.
He's coming to the mountain.
Yep.
I see he would have voted for, what's his face? Gary Johnson from the, there was a third-party candidate in presidency.
That it?
And when he was talking about climbing Mount Everest, he goes, I didn't necessarily climb Mount Everest, more that she lifted up her skirt and let me look inside. Yeah.
I would never be that.
To which John Oliver had responded, like, I don't know if he climbed that mountain or just went up to it and fucked the side of it.
I would never make that kind of immature joke if I ran for president.
He didn't make a joke. He's legitimately crazy.
No, I know. I figured that, but
Gary.
So,
yeah.
SmackDown though for the first 90 minutes was really good, and then you got to the 24/7 stuff. You haven't evolved it. It started nowhere, went backwards. Please end it. Just end it, please. And then you got the Bryan, and let's touch on this in the SmackDown talk. The Bryan, Rowan, and Roman feud. Holy fuck, it's bad.
I hope the payoff is good.
It is nothing. Rowan's promo was fine. It's just they botched the fuck out of this thing.
I mean, one good promo does not a good segment made, in my opinion, too.
No, but at least it's something.
At least it shows that he has skills other than being a walking oak tree.
That gets injured all the time.
A red oak, in particular, as you may know why.
I just didn't. Oh, it's going to turn to where Daniel Bryan's, going to double cross Roman. Okay, we already.
This is for the Royal Rumble. Which one? All of them.
I mean, that would pretty much be it at that point. It'd be 2014, 2015. The thing is if WWE doesn't want to tell compelling stories, just fucking stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Stop trying. I mean, evidently they aren't even trying anymore anyway.
Well, it was that one storyline in particular that apparently has gotten Bischoff some heat backstage, according to some reports, which take those with a grain of salt.
Well, yeah. But
and also ignore them if they're reported by Brad Shepard.
Ignore them and take them with about 10 tubes of salt if Meltzer reports them.
Meltzer ain't as bad as Brad.
Oh no! I mean, you don't even want to.
Bad as Brad.
You don't even want to believe what. You don't even want to believe Brad Shepard even as a human.
Right.
It just
He's a fart bubble trapped in human skin.
Yeah, I have always stated, I just give my opinions about stuff I read on the internet about wrestling that I observe. Yeah. I don't claim to be a journalist or any of that shit. So.
But yeah, apparently the whole Rowan Bryan thing got Bischoff a bit of heat for how botched it was.
Yeah, but they also did some shit on Raw that wasn't very good either. The whole thing about Roman getting hit, by the car. That was stupid. This thing is it's worse than a 24/7 title in my opinion, because you're taking performers that should be used a whole lot better and you're fucking it all up.
And also Eric Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan just isn't interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't think I don't think this is going to go well. And look, Roman and Rowan at Clash of Champions could be good. It could also be terrible. It may not. I mean, I don't know. We're going to have no way of knowing what it's going to be. But who knows what happens. Mm-hmm. We'll touch on our Clash of Champions predictions in a few days.
In quick non-wrestling news, yep. Taylor Swift's new album dethroned from #1 spot by Tool.
Deep-throated from #1. That's how it's said, right?
No, John. No, it isn't.
It's a Swift Tool deep-throating.
Yeah. Anyway.
Moving on from that. Last WWE thing. Should The Fiend challenge for the Universal title at Hell in a Cell? That is in a month. No?
No.
No?
Unless something, happens that really interferes with it. Like, for instance, say, I don't know, somebody goes to pick a fight with The Fiend. by interfering with the match.
Yeah, but we don't need another Hell in a Cell match ending.
Somehow in a DQ.
No, in a no contest, Chris. That was even worse. Remember that?
Yeah.
It ended in a no contest.
I think before that happens, like, Alistair, like, takes out Seth Rollins where he can't compete, so...
Black on black violence.
Yeah. So... You're my brother, Alistair! Shut up, Tyler!
Yeah.
I have come to pick a fight. Stop laughing!
So, could it... They do have to strike while the iron's hot. The problem is if they do this and then
they
he
also
holds
have to temper it.
No, that too. If they do this and he holds it till Mania,
Yeah.
that could work. But then he would lose at Mania, which would kind of ruin the aura of the Fiend.
Alternatively, he uses his mystic powers to just disappear and then reappear outside the cage.
There you go.
But no. Alternatively, he holds it till SummerSlam.
Or that. I mean, that also
Be
works.
this intimidating force that requires the most skilled competitor to take him down, and that will be Demon Finn Balor.
Or that. I mean, that
where
works
the
too.
match goes for 30 minutes. Both of them are exhausted, but Finn still manages to pull the win.
Finn exhausts his demon all over the Fiend.
He's finished.
God damn it. Didn't he get married? Didn't him and his, whoever she is?
Also shaved his head.
He shaved his wife's head.
He shaved his head, I said.
Oh, okay. Wait. Who the hell's his wife, anyway? I don't know her name.
I have no idea.
Alright, good for them. But I'm for the Fiend winning it if they do it right, but the thing is then he can't lose in a tag match. He has to beat everybody.
Yeah.
Because you have to make his first...
He can lose to Demon Finn Balor at the right time.
Oh, no. I'm saying that if you don't have his first loss in this character mean something special, then Vince is just going to show what he's done with so many other things, and that's fuck it up.
Yeah. He needs an enemy that has the same... He needs an opponent that has the same gravitas as he does, which right now is nobody. Demon Finn Balor is the only person I could think of.
Yeah, not Alistair, because I'm sorry, Alistair...
Alistair can be built.
They stop having him cut all those goddamn promos and actually have him go in the ring and do matches.
Are you here to pick a fight with the way that they're booking Alistair Black?
I'm going to pick a fight with Creative and black mass him all over the face.
Oh my.
Wait. You know what?
I'm about to turn left.
That sounded a lot less dirty in my head. But in all honesty, if they had him win, hey, it wouldn't be hot shining necessarily because you could have... Yeah. If you have him beat Rollins, because I don't think Braun's winning. Yeah, I'll tell you this, if Bray manages to beat Braun in the Hell in a Cell, that'd be something.
Yeah.
I mean, Braun would only have the title for a few weeks, but you could have a rotating cast of him beating people and, winning matches and this kind of stuff. And yeah, if he won it at Mania and just kept holding it and then dropped it at SummerSlam and you got this monster push for Balor, it would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, I'm not sure where else they could go. So we'll see. I mean, in all honesty, they may not go with it, but after what they said on Raw, I think it actually could work. I think it could if they do it right. I just don't trust Vince to do things right.
Right.
But that's actually, I think, I really can't think of anything else really to talk about.
One thing I could talk about is, again, about Gianna Daddio. Can you just imagine Greg Hamilton just going, and coming to the ring, the challenger, Gianna Daddio!
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I could imagine that would be funny. I do want to say one other thing, though, about SmackDown. They've pretty much killed off Owens. They pretty much have. They good job, WWE. You had something.
I don't know what they're going to be doing with them next. I don't know what they can do with them next, other than go to Vince. Have a segment where he goes to Vince McMahon to have one more match with Shane McMahon, where Shane McMahon is not allowed to change anything about the match. Not allowed to bring in outside help, and all of his associates are banned from ringside
So, what's going to happen, though, is
Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon once more in the Hell in a Cell.
Yep. That was a good idea. The first time.
That was when Sammy turned heel, and we were like, oh!
That was good, and then they kind of,
Shane almost died again.
Yeah, they just...
it's all in a cell. Shane is going to find a way to jump off of something tall.
He will. It just... I think with Owens, and it's unfortunate, but it's like... And Owens, look, could be taking a bit of a break.
Yeah.
They might be just giving him a bit of a break on this, like, oh, well, he got screwed over, and he's... But right now, what they did at SummerSlam, they screwed it up with the match. And I was like, okay, wait, they could still salvage this, and they didn't.
You're right.
And it's just gotten worse. And I'm sorry, you can talk about storylines playing out all you fucking want, folks. It's not an instant gratification thing. If you don't capitalize on the momentum of somebody, the fans will lose interest.
Yes.
Especially with Shane.
I think they've kept Shane off TV to kind of cool him off a little bit, too. Because that way they don't get as many boos is what they're thinking.
The problem is people are still going to hate him.
Yeah, of course.
And they've wrote themselves into a corner, and then further into a corner. They need to get out of this.
Yes.
And they need to get out of this by getting rid of Shane off TV. I mean, I'm not saying whack him and throw him in a river, but just get it to where he's off TV, and that's it. And if it's not at Hell in a Cell, you guys just aren't doing things right.
Have Kevin Owens powerbomb him off the cell into the announcer's table.
That sounds like
towards Elias, who could be down there to help save Shane McMahon, but still take Shane McMahon out of the equation. Two
tables on top of that, and he powerbombs him through the roof, and Shane crashes through 4 tables.
All right.
That sounds dangerous as well.
Yeah, it does.
But at least he would be hitting tables in the ring, which is still elevated above where the floor is. I mean, I know he'd be hitting the announcer's table, but that he would have to throw him further.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But I think we're going to end this right here.
Yes.
We will end it here. Yeah. What?
So join us next time as we talk about things that also are going on in wrestling.
Yeah, we will probably likely talk about our expectations for Clash of Champions. You'll talk about the card for Without a Cause, since you'll be going there. We'll see what happens. Hey. By the way, do want to say really quickly, I will be reviewing the 3 New Japan Destruction shows, the 15th, 16th, and 22nd. Those are the main Destruction shows. I will not be reviewing any of the other shows, VOD or otherwise, because, guys, I need a fucking break.
Yes.
But anyway.
Stay cool there, Daddios.